Yo, what is going on, everyone? My name is Nick, or the Notorious Fantasy. And in today's video, I'm going to be talking about Leonard Fournette getting cut from the Jacksonville Jaguars. I'm going to be talking about how this news affects, obviously, Leonard Fournette, as well as the running backs around Fournette, or formerly around Leonard Fournette in Jacksonville, and who I like for fantasy football in 2020. So before I get into talking about Leonard Fournette, I'd like to let you guys know, if you could please click that subscribe button down below if you're new, that it would really help me out, and it's also going to be helping you guys out a ton. I put out content every single day to help you guys win that 2020 fantasy football championship. So without further ado, let's talk about Leonard Fournette. Now, if I'm being completely honest with you, I did not see that coming at all. Reports from Ian Rappaport are that after months of attempting to trade the former first-rounder, Leonard Fournette is gone. I honestly thought that his role for fantasy football in Jacksonville was very well carved out. I thought they might run this guy straight into the dirt. It was the final year of his contract. They were probably going to give him the ball a zillion times just so that they wouldn't have to, obviously sign him back. They just get all they wanted out of him, squeeze all the juices out of him, and then kick him to the goddamn curb. But that's obviously not what happened. The Jacksonville Jaguars ended up releasing him today. So where does he end up going? So right now, understand that if you drafted Leonard Fournette, I know personally I really liked him, so some of you guys may have drafted him. Don't cut him. Don't panic just yet, because there's definitely situations that Leonard Fournette could get into where Leonard Fournette will be perfectly fine for fantasy football. If he goes to Philly, he's going to be part of that running back by committee there, which is probably my number one spot, in my opinion, where I think Leonard Fournette will go. Miles Sanders has still not returned to practice, so Leonard Fournette could entirely find his way over there for 1 year, and then it'll probably be the Miles Sanders backfield potentially for the next couple of years, but we're talking about fantasy football for 2020, so that could definitely affect Miles Sanders. Another possible landing spot for Mr. Fournette would be the New England Patriots. Those are probably the two most that I would say are the most possible to happen in 2020. I think that if Leonard Fournette gets signed, it will be either today or tomorrow. And I think that the Patriots would be a good signing place, because obviously we know Sony Michel has that knee issue. We know that they bring in Lamar Miller, who is also already hurt. So it's entirely possible that they just bring Leonard Fournette in there. He's still on his rookie contract, so they're not going to have to give him all that much money. So it could be a move that Bill Belichick does try to do here, and that would really boost Leonard Fournette's value running behind the New England Patriots line, even in a running back by committee kind of system in New England. Obviously, this would hurt Damian Harris a lot. Wouldn't really affect James White to me. Another situation that I could see him moseying his way onto is the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now, the Steelers are a spot where he would absolutely dominate. The Steelers' offensive line is pretty good, and James Conner obviously has been injury-prone in the past, and the guys behind him are not really all that concerning to me, and that could be a really good situation for Leonard Fournette to skyrocket himself into and put up a lot of fantasy points, but obviously that would hurt James Conner. So now what are we going to do with the rest of the Jacksonville Jaguars running back? So actually, real quick, if you guys know, or you obviously not, you don't necessarily know, but if you guys think he will go somewhere other than the teams I named, let me know down below in the comments, because I'd love to see where you guys think Mr. Fournette is going to end up going. So to me, with the Jaguars backfield, what you're going to want to do here, this is a clear pickup, Rock Armstead and Chris Thompson, and just hope it figures itself out and they aren't completely awful. To me, Chris Thompson would be your best bet in half PPR and full PPR. That guy in Washington was very useful, actually, in fantasy football, even as the backup running back catching passes. I didn't think he'd be all that relevant this year, but now with the news that Leonard Fournette is obviously gone, this could bode very well for Chris Thompson. Rock Armstead would obviously be the other backup who was on the COVID IR, but now he should be back by now. Leonard Fournette obviously leaving is going to put a problem, because a lot of people are going to really believe on these backups, when in reality, they're in a really shit situation. Leonard Fournette was just good enough to overcome the shit situation, and he was also getting 1 million touches. I don't know if they're going to do that in Jacksonville now. I think this is going to be a very heavy committee situation, and I would be very surprised if they actually brought someone in to Jacksonville. The only person I could think could somehow mosey on down there to Jacksonville would be Devontae Freeman, but I thought Devontae Freeman was going to get signed like 30,000 times, and for some reason, he's still not on an NFL team. So it's entirely possible that the Jacksonville Jaguars don't even bring him in. I probably would say, regardless, if they bring someone in, it's just going to be a committee system. It's going to be a shit show for fantasy. But right now, Chris Thompson, to me, would be the guy to add. So let me know what you guys think down below on this Leonard Fournette news. Let me know how you guys feel about it. And if you are as shocked as me, because I was honestly very shocked that Leonard Fournette ended up getting cut. I really thought they were just going to hammer the ball to him a zillion times and then send his ass out of there and then have him go to some other team where they pay him a bunch of money, because he's obviously a above average, in my opinion, NFL running back. So thank you guys all for watching this video. Again, let me know what you guys think about Fournette. Have a great rest of your guys' day. Please make sure to click that subscribe button. I love each and every single one of you guys, and I'll see you guys later with another video. Goodbye.